All right, greetings everybody, and welcome to the news day for JP. We're going to be talking about the last update for July, because the next one will be in August. And let's talk about Guild Raid for a second and speculation. Speculation is a ton of fun. It is essentially reading on information that we are not 100% sure on, in the hopes that we'll find maybe something secret, something to hype people up and eventually let them down. Of course, I'm talking about the fact that recently we made a video talking about Guild Raid. Now there is a weird little oddity. Why, oh why, is there a Thunder-based one? Because it just didn't make sense that they were going to be throwing one for Ash and Mont. And yeah, it wasn't the case that there's no collaboration yet. I'm still expecting a collaboration in mid, potentially even like slightly early mid-August. Have no fear. I mean, historically, it is essentially what happened. We were kind of hoping that collaborations were going to be happening a little more regularly, and well, Wotv's output is the same as always, so business as usual. All right. But before I lay into the disappointment that is this update, let's talk about the story update. Story end of a part. We got to be getting pretty close to the end of book 3, which is good. The Realm Scourge has outstayed its welcome, and I would like to see that brought to a pretty, assured close, and move on to potentially something else. But of course, just my opinion. Either way, 9393 will be in the next update for JP. Next up, reliquaries will be getting updated to include both the dagger as well as the mace to be improved. So for people who are super excited about those, you will be able to obtain them. Next up, limit burst information as well as just character update information. So, limit burst enhancements will be targeting 5 characters. And what's notable about this is that that's 2 more than we were expecting. Demon, Fina, Hayu, and Celebratory Jaden. I just like that name because it's weird and translates to that. But for this, anyway, we're all known beforehand. However, Jaden's swimsuit will be getting his limit burst update as well as swimsuit Glassy. And this has been well predicted that this was coming into, late July, early August. And here it is. So yeah, the swimsuit units, the summer units are starting to get their upgrades. That could mean that August 1st character will be our new swimsuit unit. Of course, speculation. But Character Quest 2 will also be added for those 2 summer characters, Lassie and Jaden. And we're also getting another thing. Fire Veritas will be getting his Dream enhancement. It'll be interesting to see whether or not this picks him up quite a bit in terms of his design, because so far the whole 3-turn thing, it's cute, but it doesn't really potentially have enough payoff, especially on auto, to be good enough. So we'll keep an eye on that. Also, as we said before, reliquaries wise, those are the only 2 pieces of equipment getting upgraded this time around, which is the Assassin's Dagger and the Mace of Zeus. And now, here is the big news. Remember what I said like a video ago? Like not more than maybe an hour ago? Yeah, we're getting a Veritas unit, and unfortunately I do have bad news about this, as well as a VC, which I also kind of have a little bit of bad news about. So let's start off with the VC. So the VC is the Ramada VC. Artwork is very lovely on it. No complaints whatsoever. The jobs that will be getting bonuses from this VC are spears, daggers, katanas, and staffs in the sense of devout class, not the black mage group. As for the VC itself, attack is the major focus. So as a job-based VC. This should be a 60% attacker, along with, excuse me, Spirit Up. And maxing out the VC will give a Speed Up bonus. So it's another speed-based VC. This is pretty interesting because I'm curious as to where this exactly will end up on what teams. I mean, it does obviously support a spear-based team. It is an attack booster for spears. Daggers, I'm not too terribly think that there's really much to be excited about there. Katanas might be a little bit interesting. There are a couple of katana-based units that are pretty good, and this is giving a 60% attack boost to Sephiroth as for his attack-based stat, as well as Ramada. Well, Fire and Lightning do have some pretty good synergy there, so maybe we'll see if this picks it up a bit. As for duels mode, we'll be getting critical damage up bonus, as well as HP up and critical rate up. Let me rephrase that. Duels only critical damage up. Granted effect for the unit equipped with this is HP up and critical rate up. I skipped a step there. And Vision Mastery will give a permanent addition to duels of critical avoidance up by 3 and damage up by 2. The VC seems good. Ramada, her performance hasn't seemed amazing to me yet. But there's more to talk about with this update. Either way, it's a strong base attack VC, which is good for her and good for some other units. And there's some good synergy here between some strong units. So we'll see. Moving up, let's talk about our new unit. And first thing is first, obtainability. How will you be obtaining this unit? Unfortunately, this is a unit that is obtained through Guild War medals, so it's the same as Earth Paradise. Now, I've gone out of my way of saying that I do not like guild medals. I mean, this is the slowest, in my opinion, of the slows. So yeah, look forward to testing her out in a year, potentially, providing that the game survives that long. Haha. Anyway, for those who do not know, while I quickly just get some more notes off the side of my screen, this is Sakura. Sakura is the original Veritas of the Bolt, or Bolt Lord. She is encompassed in her armor here, and there's a couple of things to note about this. First off, new based archer class, so it'll be interesting to see if that's particularly good. We also have, I think, what is it? Shawls for secondary and Red Mage for third. Means that we'll at least have a good AP start for this, which is interesting in combination because she is a bow-based character and she is a bow-based magic character. So following hot on the coattails of Fina, we are getting another character that can use magic-based bow attacks. Now, no limit burst yet, no dream enhancement. Those will be coming later along with equipment. First ability is a 2 consecutive magic dependent damage with guaranteed hit, as well as removes additional damage activation to targets within range. So, double hitter is nice. It's a big AoE, so it has a chance of catching units. If she has any range increases, this will be absolutely fantastic, as you'll be able to hit units beforehand. But the specific damage enhancers that we are talking about here that are getting removed, I mean, it's nice also hitting evasion characters, providing they don't have their evade sure hit, but still, this character might be accurate enough. Either way, like, the additional damage activation up is probably the real prize that you're getting off of this, and the thing that's considered to be quite useful, given that Shrecken and Gilgamesh and Ashen Mont are so powerful because of their secondary hit abilities. Getting this to remove them from range before they get in close, but not enough range for their AIs to recast the buff again, is quite strong. Ashen Mont actually is the one who is not included or who would be a good natural counter to this character, which I like, because Ashimont gets his off of his limit burst, so not necessarily this would be casted against him. So that's good, but maybe this will be a character that is brought along to fight against Shrecken and Gilgamesh combo, since their double hit combo is so good. We'll have to wait and see what her support-based skills and whether they can improve her range, but given that most archers have it, probably should get it. Second ability is a bit of a wall of ticks, so increased defense penetration rate, mental penetration rate for allies around you for 4 turns, increase your own CT, small re-raise effect that automatically recovers when you are incapacitated, increase penetration rate of area attack resistance for 4 turns, and adds an effect that seals the target's re-raise status attack hits. He seems quite good, at least off of initial impression. Oh, and her master ability, reaction block rate of 40% and AP gain of 30. So her AP shouldn't be too much of a concern. I like that she's a magic-based archer. That's pretty cool. Don't know if you'd ever need 2 on a team. Sorry, Fina. But in terms of a PvP useful character, any secondary hit strong character might bring this character up into consideration of being run. Yet a lot of the other Veritas units are actually quite good despite their essentially free, if not grindy, process to get them. And I don't know, like, there's some interesting combinations of her with other mage-based characters, so I like everything that I'm seeing so far, except for the fact of being guild metal. But if we're taking a look at the secondary set, we've already had a arena-based character in Ice Veritas, and now we've gotten a Guild War character. So if that's the case, there are only 2 Veritases left, Light and Dark. So is Light or Dark going to be our next PvP one, which is generally easier to build and get for most players? And does that mean that the final Veritas unit, the final one, dare we dream that it will actually just be like Wind Veritas as a really easy finale for everyone? Or is it going to be some nightmare thing? Who knows? Could be another guild one, which, ugh. Either way, Thunder Veritas is finally here. We also have the Ramada card padding out this week in terms of content. Guild Raid will be happening for JP starting, I think, just a little bit later this week. We'll check and see if that's, any improvements or anything neat in there. And of course, the summer base units are something that I've specifically been looking forward to, since Summer Glassy has been still a popular unit, and I'm hoping that her limit burst will really push her further into being even more competitive. We'll see. Well, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.